1, 2, 3, hit it. America's going bankruptcy. It's really hard to live in this economy. The people now see and they want to be free, and the world is now saying, let it be, let it be.
The documentary is titled The Recess Ends. Now, the plan hit 50 states in 3.5 months. Talk to people from all walks of life and find out how the recession is affecting them. Now, Austin and Brian Chu say their mission is to put a face on the greatest economic meltdown since the Great Depression.
My fellow citizens, I stand here today humbled by the task before us, grateful for the trust you've bestowed, mindful of the sacrifices borne by our ancestors. 44 Americans have now taken the presidential oath. The words have been spoken during rising tides of prosperity and the still waters of peace. Yet, every so often, the oath is taken amidst gathering clouds and raging storms. That we are in the midst of crisis is now well understood. Our nation is at war. Our economy is badly weakened, a consequence of greed and irresponsibility on the part of some, but also our collective failure to make hard choices and prepare the nation for a new age. Less measurable, but no less profound, is a sapping of confidence across our land. A nagging fear that America's decline is inevitable, that the next generation must lower its sights. Today, I say to you that the challenges we face are real. They are serious and they are many. But know this, America, they will be met.
I totally agree with everything Obama's talking about.
He's a man, huh?
Yes, sir, he is, man.
How about Bush?
No, Nazi, man.
I feel strongly, and I don't mind this being said, I feel Bush should be arrested for what he allowed his people under him to do.
On a scale of 1 to 10, the last president, I gave him a 5. I give Obama a 7.5.
I think he got the right people standing behind him, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, and the rest of the crew that he got. And I think this is 2009 is going to be overflow, blessings, and new change for all of us.
Just maybe about 3-4 weeks ago, I actually came by here, and periodically I will come back over to the neighborhood. And just 2 weeks ago, I forgot that they were talking about closing down Cooper. This all used to be houses. So this is Cooper Elementary School. Just like a bomb just came in, boom, and wiped out everything.
You see black politicians of all types. So while it definitely is an accomplishment, it's not a solution.
65 million years ago, it was an asteroid that hit this planet and killed the dinosaurs. That was an external cause. Our peril today is an internal cause. It's the way that we have lived. We've been consuming like crazy. We've been making money like crazy. And Humpty Dumpty is here.
I think Americans are uncomfortable with seeing their country, this country, our country, as an empire. But that's what we are. It could very well be in its declining phase. It's not growing in power, it's growing in doubt.
Everybody doesn't wake up one day and say, oh, we need to create a new economy or a new way of life. It takes a while for people to come to grips, to begin asking the right questions. And that's just been happening in the last 10 or 15 years again.
You know, because in chaos, there's always opportunity. Like, chaos is just reorganizing. It's just reorganizing, you know, like, for something to be reorganized, it has to be broken down, you know what I mean?
Andrew Jackson, he caused one of the worst recessions in 1837, and that concerns me today a lot about what could cause a panic with the collapse of the money system, the people's faith in the full faith and credit of the United States.
All real wealth is created by only three things: agriculture, timber, and mining. Everything else is spun off of those and are unsustainable on their own. And that's why I think today that our economists and government is missing the point, totally missing the point.
There's virtually no one, and no one in elected office, I believe, who thought this was going to get as bad as it's gotten, who foresaw everything that has happened and had proposed before it happened something that would have solved it. So I think arguably we're all somewhat to blame.
All these neighborhoods in Las Vegas, you walk into them and they used to sell for $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, and now every third house is empty. I mean, we're flipping 10 to 12 houses a month. We're creating a portfolio. Our goal is to buy 100 of these this year. I mean, this is what we're doing. We're coming in these neighborhoods. We're seeing these messed up cabinets. We're seeing these messed up walls, this carpet. This house is dead right now to this neighborhood. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like, am I a bad guy for making money on it? Well, are we here to do things for free, or do we all have to eat?
We got a black mayor when this city was falling apart. We got a black president when this country is falling apart.
People are gonna be putting some wild options out there and saying, Obama couldn't bring us out. Now we gotta hit the, Republican right-wing military. That's the only solution that we have.
The right wing wants him to fail and is waiting for him to fail. And that can create a situation very much like that in Germany in the 1930s.
When you look at the destruction of cultures and civilizations, it always began with the family being destroyed. And when you start breaking it down, that one principle I told you about, as a person thinks in his heart, so is he.
We are still an empire, and an enormously powerful empire, but we are an empire that has to accommodate itself to the fact that we are, if not in decline, we no longer are masters of all we survey.
We are at a pivotal point in the history, not only of the human race, but of the planet. We have to think differently about what it means to be a human being and to see citizenship and the opportunity to participate in self-governance, not as the end of something, but as the beginning of a new kind of world.
Me and Brad are gonna kick it to you very slowly. Money, money, here comes money, 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 here comes money. The economy is in recession. Please don't be in deep depression. Money, money, here comes money, 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 here comes money now.
Get out, Algie! Easy. Easy. Come on. Come on. Get out. What's up, man?